Hello, everyone. Mike Merker here with People Solving Impossible Puzzles. It's episode 78. Good Lord. I didn't know we'd survive long enough to get here. And I'm joined by Namrah.
Namrah Hasan. Namrah
Namrah
Hasan.
Hasan. If I said your name wrong, oh, you
Yeah,
can
I think
call my
I think
attorneys.
it's
Tell us all about yourself.
well, I am Namrah Hasan. I'm currently a Master's of Management student at Schulich School of Business. But my background is within the English degree and I'm mostly within brand marketing. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Oh my God, you cannot end the conversation there. Unpack, 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 unless you wanted a 30-second
Okay.
episode.
Okay.
Tell us on everything.
Yeah. So, well, I started my degree at University of Waterloo in 2019, and I didn't really know what I wanted to go into. I didn't know that I wouldn't be able to go into English literature specifically. So I opted for marketing at that point in time, and that's been interesting because I've had the chance to work with like University of Waterloo. I have the chance to work with Amica Senior Lifestyles, which is like a more retirement home, and within the tech sector as well, like Innova Post specifically. After that, I was, in all honesty, unemployed for 8 months. That was not fun. Went to Dubai, did a little bit of business development, came back. I'm back in Toronto, and I think it's been really great. I think that's how I came to know about Mike as well. I saw him tagged on a student's post, clicked on it, sent him a request, got back to me, and he's like, "Oh, you're in brand marketing. Do you want to talk about this?" So it's been interesting as well because now I'm within the startup ecosystem. I'm actually working with Roshni Ujay Sinha with and Prosh Marketing. Currently co-creating a podcast, so that's been going interesting as well.
Prosh Marketing and Roshni. I love Roshni. I've heard her speak. She came to high
Schulich
tech.
School of-
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Schulich
Roshni,
School
you
of-
love Roshni. Tell why you love Roshni so much.
I think I see myself pretty aligned with who she is professionally in terms of like existing within the professional life. I can tell that she has a personality outside of work, but it's honestly her passion for things is something that stands out to me. A lot of people within what they do are not actually passionate about what they do, and you can see that when someone is passionate, it's incredibly contagious, in my opinion. So yeah.
And you're putting together a podcast for Prosh Marketing. Oh, those podcasting. Oh, it looks so easy. I'm just going to put together a podcast.
Oh, clearly
What are
not.
your experiences, brand marketing lady?
Yeah, I think it's so interesting because people just think that the only thing that involves creating a podcast, and you know about this, you have a
Oh,
mic in front of you, is just putting together a mic and just like talking into it. But you have to think about the strategy, you have to think about what guests you want, you have to think about the episodes. So, but I enjoy that. I will also say, I don't know if this is something that you follow as well, but during my creative process, I have been trying to resist using AI for the ideas because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be using ChatGPT for just about everything because it's just AI slop at the end of the day. So yeah, that's me.
we use the term AI slop, everybody. AI slop. AI slop is this like, oh, I put it in ChatGPT and la 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 la, and then it comes out slop. Slop. You don't say garbage. You say AI slop. What's your definition of
Yeah,
AI slop?
I think AI slop. I don't know if you've been seeing these videos of like fruits online, like AI fruits online, where they're like doing just heinous stuff. It's good. If you don't have access to any of that, if you're living without AI, that's amazing. But AI slop, even say within writing, is a very specific kind of like structure that you can immediately tell. Like when a LinkedIn post is used creating AI, you can immediately tell. I'm also
Yes.
interested in knowing would you say that you have had to use AI during your work? I know you did be a bachelor's in math, and that was like a
Yeah.
while ago, so I'm pretty sure there was no AI then. But recently, have you had the chance to use AI or yeah?
This is a great question, and in fact, I'm gonna remind everyone that the best podcast episodes I've had, or I've been on, or I've watched are always the two-way street. It's not all about plugging a business. It's about having
Yeah,
the multiple back and forth, and which is beautiful. It's not always doesn't always go that way. Even if
yeah,
you threaten people, they're like, no, I get the 20 minutes or 40 minutes a dupe to do. So yeah, putting that in the side notes there. So I'm 42 years old. When I was
hmm,
born in 1984, I was like, well, it was different because my mom, my dad were deep in technology and computer engineering and
hmm,
installing systems or using them for different business use. So I grew up with a lot of tech. But AI as like ChatGPT, that did not exist when I was in university. There
yeah.
wasn't even Facebook didn't exist until I was almost done university. That's how much gray I have in my beard, so to
Oh,
speak.
oh,
I
did you like it that? Or do you think Facebook was a good invention for like young social people, or would you have preferred it to not be that way?
it was so different. The okay, so when I first used Facebook, there were no I first used Facebook in 2007. There were no phones. And here I know what phones are because I have a few of them on my desk.
Oh wow. Oh
I know.
wow.
It depends what you do for a living. It depends what you keeps you busy. But for me, like mobile design, whatever, you sometimes they tell you right away. Going back, of course, some years ago, you better have more than one phone. You better have an Android and an Apple at all times. A side note, but yeah, it was Facebook. I guess back then Facebook in 2007 was when I first used it, 2007, it's more like about 20, 19, 20 years ago. It was really cool because there was no YouTube, there was no video on the internet as like the way it is today. It was very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that communications happened in social media and even brands was images. Images were dominant. Today everything's like video first. And then so that's interesting. I was thinking about it the other day, someone talking to like an expert in podcasting, Rob Greenlee, who's in the Podcast Hall of Fame. He's the
Mm-hmm.
chair of it. He's so smart and so loving and friendly and has taught me so much. And he says, Mike, you have to remember that the way things are going today is that everything's going video first. So even if you want an audio thing on Spotify, that may not do as well as if you go video first. So I guess for me, not just social media, but like in Facebook, but also YouTube, I learned that okay, if I'm going to do a podcast, everything has to have a video. The video has to be made available on YouTube. You need a video file. That's a
Mm-hmm.
different ball game. That's a bigger file. And then I
Mm-hmm.
look back, tying it back, like yeah, Facebook, 2007, video sharing of video was not a thing. There was no internet video media,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
I yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like even within the video side of things, it's just like everyone's attention span is so bad. I don't know if that's the case with you, but like I'm sure you notice this within your children, or
Yeah,
even within others. Honestly, like I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about myself. But it's like, oh, you need to keep everything too short, and I think that takes away from the beauty of it. We can, it does take away from the beauty of like actually getting the information in, understanding what it's all about. And honestly, I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, I can't afford to be that kind of person. Like, like I wouldn't want to be that kind of person. Yeah.
there are different types of people in the world. There's also, if I like, for example, my mom, who I think she's like 70, and I'm 42, and I have 5 kids under 10. And I think sometimes about how different it is in the eyes of like my mom, who's like,
Yeah.
how do we get the Instagram software onto the phone? And I'm like, what? Like there's such a gap, like the whatever 30 years or 30-year gap.
Yeah.
And we could think, well, of course everyone has, at least one phone. Some people have a nice phone they went to buy. They got it, in Toronto. If you're in Canada, they got a nice, Rogers or Bell plan, and they go buy a fancy phone, and then
Yeah.
they may not know that there's like
Yeah.
six cameras and that they each do a different thing on the fanciest iPhone. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think that's where the term digital native or growing up with the internet is different
Came from.
because yeah, I was born in 1984, like the book, Big Brother is watching you. Speaking of
Oh
English
yeah. Yeah.
literature,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
speaking
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
English literature and
That,
George Orwell,
yeah.
you switched out of
Yeah.
English literature. What about all those books that you would have been reading?
No,
Oh,
okay, I did want to talk about that when I was
yeah.
like before this. So, my degree at University of Waterloo was this odd hybrid of like English literature mixed in with like rhetoric and professional communication. Rhetoric and professional communication was like understanding, how to speak to people and applying those sort of marketing principles, which is what I did with my co-ops, right? So it was a little bit because my co-ops were in marketing. Now, the literature side of my degree was like analyzing Shakespearean texts, analyzing different types of texts and whatnot. So I will say people don't always know where to place me because they're like, you're not engineering, you're not computer science, you're not a fully English degree. What the fuck are you? And I'm like, girl, just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm in marketing right now. That's where we're at.
In today's day and age, it's like a thing. It's like, Mike Merker, are you a marketing person? Are you a computer engineer person? Why do you
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
podcast? What do you do? You have a company? You're married? What? Who? That? And I'm like, well, wait a second, wait a second, we jumped a little bit there. They're like, you're telling me there's some woman upstairs right now with curly hair who has five, and like I'm like, well, I do have five children, and then it's like, oh, I get it. I see you Stockholm syndrome. I'm like, no, my God, I thought we were talking about brand awareness and logos. It's like, well, it's a podcast, so we're gonna get it under your skin a little bit. And I'm like, well, I'm the producer, so I can, I can edit that out. They're like, yeah, but you're not going to because that's what people really want to hear. And I'm like, oh, podcasting is getting dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah. Like you
know.
have to talk a lot.
Are you afraid of? Are you right now? This is kind of
Not really.
raw.
The thing,
I don't
no, the
know.
thing is, I was so excited when you reached out because I'm like, my whole thing is talking, so I don't mind talking. In all honesty, I've been enjoying myself a lot professionally because it's just you get to meet so many people. Like while University of Waterloo was great, Schulich ecosystem, especially the startup ecosystem. I'm sure you were there at the Schulich startup night.
Yeah.
I think that was so cool. I think that was so cool. Like you just like meet people who are doing like different things in ways that you wouldn't imagine. And then I also had a question for you, like
Yeah. Please.
how did you go ahead and like work with like Schulich Ventures Academy? Because I saw that on your experience profile, and I'm like, okay, like I can understand the link with Schulich and whatnot. And how was that?
A great question. Beautiful. So, Schulich Venture Academy. So, I've done the Venture Talent course and I've done the Venture Operations course. And they
Mm-hmm.
both were, these were 6 week, these were like 6 week programs,
Mm-hmm.
one hour or 1 day a week. So, kind of six weeks, but once a week. So,
Mm-hmm.
six units, if you will, and like a 3 hour on a Monday night, for example,
Mm-hmm.
was the most recent one. An incredible experience. Jenny
Mm-hmm.
DeForno ran the Venture Talent experience and program. Incredible. How did I get into the Schulich Venture Academy? I was in the third cohort going back about a year and a half ago. So I was in the
Mm-hmm.
third cohort of high tech, as you'd say in
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew. let, let me fix my throat fixer. High tech, or in English, CHAITECH.ca, and that was a very interesting program for Jewish tech founders and Jewish tech entrepreneurship. Yeah, so I was in that program, and then it was actually it was through that program I then started learning more about Schulich. And I will tell you, my mom is a graduate of Schulich. She, this must have been like some years ago, 40 plus years ago. So she's a graduate from Schulich, and my entire life, I never thought I would ever do anything business school related. I was always a math guy, a math
Mm-hmm.
nerd. And so, but as we were saying, who's Namrah Hasan? Is she in
Mm-hmm.
English? Is she doing a podcast? Is she working in relation to Prosh Marketing? Is she at Waterloo? Is she
Yeah.
in Kitchener, Waterloo, at University of Waterloo? Now she's at Schulich, which
Yeah.
is part of York University. We don't know where the chips will land. We don't know where the chips will land, and even deeper, we don't know how many times we will have to meet, what skills from our childhood will become useful when we're an adult. I didn't know. If you told me that doing all those plays when I was in grade 6 and grade 7 and at summer camp, that would ever have anything to do with my life in the future,
Mhm.
if you told me that I would have a show in the future, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what? Like David Letterman? Like Stephen Colbert, a show? And then I guess here we are filming the show right now. We
Yes,
are. This
we
is the
are.
show.
We
We
are.
are the show. We are talking. Yeah, yeah, and we don't know where the chips will land unless you have
That's
a
true.
really good
That's
time
true.
machine or the prophet Isaiah or something. We don't know what's who and what's what. And if you told me when I was hardcore, of the 10-year phase in my life where I was super hardcore Jewish, mega religious, and
Mm,
part of it was living in New York and very traditional. And I didn't even
mm.
have a phone, never mind a laptop, no
Oh,
internet.
okay.
So
Oh,
that
wow.
was different. And then I guess that was a phase in my life. And yeah, I didn't
Mm,
even know. I I don't know. I guess as we get older, sometimes we look back and be like, do I like theater? Do I need to be entertaining? And then people are like, well, I'll only watch your podcast videos if
mhm.
it's entertaining. And I'm like, well, how entertaining? He goes, I want to hear some swear words. And I'm like, well, well, that's not what the rabbis were saying. Well, we'll watch if there isn't swearing. So then at some point you have to make a judgment call, and people are asking, yeah, people are like, can I swear on your show? I'm like, you already did twice. They're like, how long does the episode go? And I'm like, well, it depends when my wife starts screaming why I'm not doing sales calls. And then they're like, there's been times where there's like authentic, real podcasting. The
Mm,
podcast, there are different types. There's like the type where you need to release it right away. The footage needs to,
mm.
like, I need to, when the episode finishes filming, you have to
Yeah.
send it to Namrah Hasan on LinkedIn right away because she's expecting it. Then there are others where you have a month to
Yeah.
edit it, and you have an assistant, and so
Ooh.
I guess, or there are others where it's not remote. It needs to be in
Mm,
person, and you have to schedule it, and you need to have, film it, edit it, professionalism,